present. Yes, good morning, all of you. See, last time we were discussing about the functions of string. We have done first 5 functions. That was your length to calculate length of a string, then capitalized to capitalize the first character of any sentence, then count, which is going to count for a substring which is available in your main string, then find function, which is going to check and return the index. Similarly, we have done index function also. Okay, now we are going to discuss next few more functions. The very first function is lnum. It is lnum. Now, what is the meaning of this? See, now with the name only we can understand that is basically going to check for something. So whenever we are using is before any function, before the beginning of any function, it indicates that ultimately this function is going to give me answer either as a true or as a false, means as a Boolean value. Okay. L stands for alphabets and NUM stands for numbers. So basically we used to say alphanumeric. So actually is lnum is going to check whether a given string is alphanumeric or no. It means if it is alphanumeric, it is going to give you true as an answer. Otherwise, it will give you false as an answer. So we are going to check few plus and minus with this. So suppose if I am having any string, for example, I am writing here ABC123 dot, then is lnum. This is how we are going to check. So see, it is giving me true as an answer. If I am only writing 1, 2, 3, because this is a number, numeric part, again it is true. Similarly, I'm using the same thing and I'm using ABC 1, 2, 3 working perfectly. Now I'm going to do some plus minus with this. Suppose now suppose if I'm adding few symbols somewhere, okay, and then I'm checking, you can see that it is giving me false as an answer. So it means it is checking for a complete string, not only for a particular character. It is actually checking for the complete string, whether a complete string is having all the character as alphabet or number or not. If you have any one other symbol, for example, I'm just taking the same example here, and in the last I'm adding one symbol, that is percentage. So again, I'm getting false as an answer. So you should not have a single different answer in this. Then second one we have is alpha. Now with the name only you can understand what it is going to check. Is alpha, what it is?
Alphabets.
It will check
For
for
alphabets.
alphabets. Okay, very good. So it means it will be checking for A to Z. Okay. It means you give any string. Suppose if I am giving ABC dot is alpha, perfectly correct. And if I add anything over here, suppose 1, 2, 3, I'll be getting false as an answer. Now see, actually these functions are very important when we are making the projects. For example, generally when we ask anybody's name, so everybody's name contains alphabet. Okay, so that time when we are asking the name, that time we are checking whether it is alphabet or not. If it is alphabet, then only we will allow that user to enter remaining all fields. Otherwise, we can show error message. Fine. So we have to see our requirement, and for that we have sufficient functions available over here. Then next we are having is digit function. Now again with the name you can understand that this time it is going to check whether your string is of digit or no. For example, if I write ABC 1, 2, 3, because it is having both the thing, it will be giving you error, not allowed. But suppose if you write only 1, 2, 3, will work perfectly because all are digits. And if you write complete string, will not work at all. Okay, so you need to have only digits, then only it will work, otherwise it will not work. This is your is digit function. Then we have is lower function. Now what do you think what it will do? What it is going to check?
Lower case. Check.
Very good. It is going to check for the lower case. Now see what you have to understand. See, before few days only we have made one program in which we have applied our own logic. Like if the character is greater than equal to small a and greater than equal to small z, then it is in lowercase. So what you can do instead of that, you can apply this function only. But again, as I said, we should apply our own logics if we can, because it is single line logic. Okay, so that time we can use our own logic in that particular case. Now see, if I'm writing here, hello dot is lower, it will give me false as the answer. The reason is because the first character itself is not in the lower case. And if I write the same thing, something like this, then it is giving me that it is in lower case. Similarly, we have another function that is upper. Okay. Now with the name only, you can understand that it is going to check whether a given string is in uppercase or no. It has to be, means all characters must be in the uppercase. That is compulsory. So therefore, when I have given hello like this, it is giving me error. The reason, not error, sorry, false. The reason is because this complete string is not in the capital letter. But if you give the same string, something like this, HELLO in capital, in that particular case, you can see that it is working perfectly. So you need to give all the informations in the capital, then only you will get true answer over here. Okay, then we have is the space function. Is a space function is going to check whether you are giving space or not. We can check for the space directly also, but here it is working. Here the function is also given for the same thing. If you are not giving any space, false. If you wanted to give the space, suppose I am writing hello, something like this, again false. But we are going to check few things. For example, if I am giving only single space, will work perfectly. Similarly, if I give multiple space, then also it will work perfectly. The reason is because all these are one byte information in the system. Fine. So it will work perfectly. One more thing we will check. Suppose if I give \t. Why we are checking for \t? Anyone?
Tab space.
Because it is a tab. So we are checking whether for horizontal tab it is giving me correct answer or not. Okay. So this is how you can check whether you are giving a proper value or not. Okay, one more thing we will check. CHR of 32. You will see that it is nothing but the character value of 32 is space. So we will check like this also. Same I'm writing again over here. And then instead of this, I'm writing here CHR of 32. Means character value of 32. So you can see still I'm getting the correct answer. It means, now let me discuss the previous functions again. For example, if I'm writing in is upper, if I'm writing something like this, CHR of 65, what answer I will be getting?
True.
Capital A.
True or false? My question is true or false?
True.
I'll get true as the answer. The reason is because character value of 65 will be again capital A, which is true. Okay. Then another thing, CHR of 97. What is this?
Ma'am, it will be false.
Which value?
Ma'am, small A.
Very good. This is small a, so it will be false. Okay. If you are using the same thing, but with is lower, you will be getting true as the answer because small a starts with a 9. Similarly, CHR of 48. Now see, it completely depends on whether you remember or you forgot. 48, CHR of 48. What will be the answer? And what is this 48 for? Forgot? 48 is for 0 till 9. So 48 till 57 is for 0 till 9. It means it is for 0. 0 means false. But suppose if you will check the same thing with is digit, you will get true as a answer. The reason is because it is 0. Okay, so see, this much is not given in your book, but still, if this is the question, you must know that ultimately what we are doing, we are finding the character value of that particular ASCII code or Unicode. Okay, now then next we are having is lower and upper function. Now what these functions do, lower and upper function is going to convert a given string into uppercase or lowercase. For example, I write something like this, HELLO. Means first 2 in capital, remaining 3 in small, dot, lower. This is my first function. So working perfectly. Similarly, you can see all these characters now they are in the small letter. And then if I am writing this complete in the capital, you can see it is showing me in the small letter. And same thing if I'm going to give something over here. Okay, so so this is how your lower will work, and similarly I am writing the same thing and then I am writing here upper. Okay, so in that particular case you can see that it is working perfectly. I hope up to here everything is clear. Then we have one function in which we are going to one category in which we are going to discuss 3 more functions today. First is your L strip, then R strip, and then strip. L strip means left strip. Means from left side, if you wanted to cut, what you wanted to cut generally is the space. If you wanted to remove additional spaces from the leftmost side, then we are using L strip function. How to use this? Suppose I'll be giving you one example. My string is something like this. So many spaces, then hello, and then again so many spaces, then dot, and then this. You can see over here. Okay, if you will see it properly, all these left spaces are removed. But if you will see over here, no right spaces are removed. Okay, this is the first thing. Then I'm using the same function, sorry, same statement, but instead of left R strip, if I'm going to use, in that particular case, you can see that this time from left side, no spaces are removed. They are still there, but from right side, the spaces are removed. This is your R strip function. And then we have strip. Strip means it is going to remove all the white spaces from left and right both. So now you can see over here. Again, what is the use of this? See, this is again very common function, this strip function. This is very common function. Like when we make project and we ask any information from the user, we always used to strip the information and then we use. Because see, user don't know that space also matters in the language, fine. So therefore, suppose if I'm asking anybody's username, okay, and user is giving username, by mistake user has pressed spacebar and then writing OLOPCS, something like that. So if you will check this internally, definitely it is not going to match. So what you need to do is you need to strip this string from the when you are taking at the time of input. So generally when we are taking input, how we are taking input, for example, name is equal to strip is my function. Sorry, first we are going to take input, then name dot strip, so that that particular string, both the side, all the white spaces will be erased. I hope up to here it is clear. Now I'm giving you one question that you are going to do, and the best thing is that today you have to use all these functions only. Now now my question is, you have to input any string from the user. See, you have to do now only. Question is, you have to input any string from the user, and then you have to count how many lowercase, uppercase, digit, and space. Again, I'm writing uppercase, lowercase, digit, and string. Digit and space are available in that particular sentence or the word. Okay, only these 4 information you have to print, but remember this time it is compulsory that you have to use all the functions whatever we have discussed today. I'm giving you 3 minutes for this. Do it now only. Okay, so the question was to count total number of uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, comma lowercase, then your digit and your space. Digit and the space, fine. So the very first thing is we need to ask the string from the user first of all. So my string is equal to, input will be the function, and then enter any statement or line. Enter any statement, user will give any statement over here. Then what we need to do is initially all these one, whatever I need to count will be equal to 0. So I can simply write that my uppercase is equal to my lowercase is equal to my digit is equal to my space, and which is equal to 0. Okay. Now once this is done, then what I need to do is I need to count, I need to traverse in that string. So for I in string, so it is going to fetch every character by character. Then if, first thing is I have to count for uppercase. Which function name you are going to tell me? Which function?
Is upper.
Very good. Is upper will be the function. So it will be something like this, and then colon. In that particular case, UC plus is equal to 1. Means we are incrementing 1 with that. Now else if it is not uppercase, then it can be lowercase. So I dot, what will be the function? Now everybody knows.
Is lower.
Yes, is lower. And then LC plus is equal to 1. Then else. Sorry, LF. LF I dot is digit. That is another question. In that particular case, digit is my variable, plus is equal to 1. Now see, it is not last else. The reason is because you may give any other symbol, you may give space. So again, we need to use elif over here. Elif, if it is space. I dot is space. So in that particular case, we are going to increment this. So space plus is equal to 1. Then once this is over, see, we are going to add few more things in this, and then we will check how it is going to work. So print uppercase is equal to, then whatever is the value of UC, then same thing for lowercase, digit and space. So what we can do over here it is, for lowercase it is LC, then for digit it will be equal to digit, and then last is for space. For space it will be space. Okay, we have to execute this. Save and execute. Now you can see over here, enter any statement. Hello space 123 space WORLD. So you can see it is counting uppercase 0, lowercase 5 characters in hello and 5 characters in world. So it is 10. Digits are 3, 1, 2, 3, and spaces are, this is 1 space and this is 2nd space. So it is working perfectly. Now, if I have to count how many other symbols are there, what should I do? In this only, what change I am going to do? For symbols.
Else.
Ma'am, else.
Very good. Because see, we know that if it is not uppercase, not lowercase, not digit, not space, then it has to be symbol only. So here only I'm going to add one more thing, that is else. It is symbol. So I'm not going to check for anything. Symbol plus is equal to 1. Here printing time, print total number of symbol is equal to, and then the value of your symbol, and then over here I need to take one more variable, that is symbol, which is initially equal to 0. Okay, it will work perfectly. Then I'll be adding one more thing. Once, let's check this. Enter statement HELLO, hello, then 1 2 3, then $* world. So you can see 6 uppercase, 5 in hello, and then 1 in W. So total 6 uppercase, lowercase remaining all 4 this, then 3 digits, 2 space, 2 symbols, that is your ampersand and star. Now, my question is, I wanted to count how many alphabets are there and where should I write that particular code. I wanted to check how many alphabets are there. Count.
Ma'am, in starting both of these, like uppercase and lowercase, where we are checking.
Here only? Chalo, theek hai. We will write and we will see the effect of that. Fine. So here you are saying it is elf, and because I wanted to show you the problem, therefore I have given you this question. If I dot is alpha was the function. If it is alphabet, then I'm taking one variable alpha. Plus is equal to 1 comma alpha, sorry, is equal to, yes, is equal to alpha, and then over here I'm printing on the top only, print alphabet. Anyone? We will get any, there will be any problem or it will work perfectly? Because you have to think for this. It will work or it will give something different answer, or it will create any problem. Chalo, fine, we'll check.
It will work.
It will work? No, actually it should not work. I am giving here HELLO, hello, then 1 2, sorry, chalo, those symbols 1 2 3, then what WORLD. You see how many alphabet, how many uppercase and how many lowercase. Is this is perfect?
No, ma'am.
Now you have to tell me the answer. You see the code, you compare the code and let me know the solution. First of all, you should know the reason. What is the reason? Why it is giving uppercase 0 and lowercase 0?
Ma'am, because it count all the alphabets in alpha only.
Very good. Because it is counting all the alphabet in alpha only, so it is not checking for remaining all things. Okay, so that was the reason. Now what is the solution?
Ma'am, we can add break.
Break will not work. Break means what?
Ma'am,
You are giving instruction to come out. Yes. Another solution.
ma'am, we can put if and else condition in I upper only, ma'am. Where we are checking.
Means
Ma'am,
what should
we
I
can
do
make
here?
another
What?
loop.
Hanji?
And we can make another loop.
Another loop or any other smart work? Another loop nahi, because ultimately you are going to traverse in the list 2 times. No. You have to travel.
When flag is equal to true.
But see, nahi, you think properly. Only you have to tell me what change should I do here. In this only some change I have to do.
Ma'am, if we write alpha after the uppercase and
Last-
lowercase.
Repeat again.
If we write alpha function after the uppercase and lowercase.
Then also one and the same thing. You are writing, you wanted to write something like this over here, then also same problem. है ना? Problem will be same. It will count uppercase, lowercase. It will not count alpha. See, it is not counting alphabet. It is counting remaining all things. Okay, we have less time. See, this was the code. Now see what you have to do. You were supposed to count for this also, this also, this also. Okay, so it means what you wanted to do is, if we are using this elif means what? If this is not true, then only to check for this. Okay, but this is what we don't want. What we want, I wanted to check this as well as I wanted to check this. So what I can do, I can make two separate if. That's it. It means what you have to understand, this is my one complete separate if. Okay, this is not related with remaining all, and this complete block is chained with each other. It means they are connected with each other. So it means first it is going to check for alphabet. If it is alphabet, it is going to increment, but at the same time, it is going to check for uppercase also. So if I'm going to apply this particular logic, it will work perfectly. So in this particular case, let me execute this again. If I give any string now, you can see it is checking for alphabet as well as uppercase as well as lowercase, working perfectly for each and every type of character. Is this clear?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
we can also add the value of uppercase and lowercase.
How to add the value means?
Ma'am, if we add the value of uppercase and
हाँ
lowercase.
ठीक है. That logic also you can apply. That once you are out over here, ठीक है? Here instead of this printing alpha, you can write UC plus LC. That will also work. Okay, it is going to count that because alphabet will be nothing but total number of uppercase plus total number of lowercase. Okay, that also you can do. Okay, anyone, any other doubt? Okay, then I'm giving you the question. Question is, whatever we have done today, that you have to add with your previous menu driven program, because in your previous menu driven program, total 5 options you have already given. Now you are going to add these all functions of today, and then you are going to send a complete screenshot to me. Okay, then good day all of you.